I'm very pleased to be joined on the line by Naheed Memon. Naheed is the CEO of Oracle Power PLC, which is obviously a public limited company quoted on the AMI stock exchange in the UK. And Naheed's highly active in Pakistan, your home country, and you have a number of projects across the power and indeed mining sphere as well. So thanks for taking the time out to join us today.
Hi, Nadeem. Thank you very much. I'm glad to be talking to you.
So you were obviously speaking recently at the World Hydrogen MENA event in Dubai. You obviously have a hydrogen project that you're developing, but before maybe we get into the hydrogen stuff, maybe you could give us a little bit of a background to Oracle Power. Obviously, Pakistan is a tough market to do business in, and interesting to see that you've got a sort of plethora of projects. You obviously have a good connections and good ability to deliver projects on the ground in Pakistan, and Pakistan is obviously a fast-growing country with huge population, huge energy demands, and a strong need to decarbonize. And so, yeah, maybe if you could set the scene for listeners to have a bit of an understanding to the background of the company.
Sure. So Oracle Power does have, it has its most significant project, which is under development, the green hydrogen project, specifically in Pakistan. Other than that, it also has a couple of other major interests, and we've just also announced another large 1 gigawatt solarization project in the desert, in the Thar desert, in fact. Previous to that, we've been developing another coal to power project, but now we have sort of diversified in that sphere as well. Other than that, outside of Pakistan, Oracle also has a couple of other interests in Western Australia. But our specific now, our sort of priority now and our focus as a company has become the development of green energy solutions and renewable power projects. So what we're doing right now in the green hydrogen sphere is, as I said, perhaps the most significant step that we have taken. And but we continue to sort of grow and expand our portfolio and increasingly seek to bring on more projects within this space. And you mentioned Pakistan being yes, it has its challenges, but then you also mentioned that it's a huge economy. That is correct. It's I think closer to 30 to 40 million people, sixth largest country in the world, growing very fast. You mentioned decarbonization within Pakistan, etc. But I think that is perhaps a bit early, but there is a whole sort of awareness, and there have been initiatives recently for the development of more renewable power, etc. So in that sphere, absolutely. But when we talk about green hydrogen and the usage of that molecule, we as Oracle Power, setting up the green hydrogen project in Pakistan, are really targeting the region. And we are committed to becoming regional suppliers for this molecule, to move it in our vicinity markets, which are determined to become the biggest green hydrogen users, as well as are transitioning very fast to decarbonization. Whether you talk about Asia, countries like Korea, Japan, China, etc., which are very close to us, or you move to Europe. So that's the kind of market that we're targeting for moving our commodity.
Yeah, understood. The Oracle Energy, which is obviously a subsidiary, it's the actual sort of, I guess, special purpose vehicle for the hydrogen project, as far as I could tell, also has a participation from Khalil Energy, which is I think linked to the Sheikh Al Maktoum, which is obviously the Sheikh responsible for Dubai. Can you tell us a little bit about that sort of structure and that
Sure.
partnership as well? Is that also when you refer to sort of regional demand for the molecule, potential demands in Dubai or other markets around the Gulf?
Yes, certainly, of course. Sheikh Ahmed Al Maktoum, His Highness has been associated with Oracle Power for a while. In fact, he's also an investor in the Topco company, but he's very now committed to becoming a stakeholder in the wider sense in the green hydrogen development area. And the development of the project in Pakistan is something that he has come in directly too as well, and is investing in the subsidiary that we set up, which is Oracle Energy. So, in fact, his is the significant share of the investment that is being made currently into the development of this project. And as I said, he, being a part of the ruling family in Dubai, and then you spoke about the MENA, the hydrogen conference, etc. So I guess as we speak, there are probably 3 events, I'm sure, going on. And there is a huge momentum that has built up, backing the development, the commercialization, the technology, the partnerships, etc., the financing in the whole UAE, the MENA region, by and large, the GCC countries, all of them. You hear about huge projects being launched there. So His Highness recognizes the importance of this commodity in terms of becoming a new fuel for the world. And of course, as you well know, that part of the world has participated hugely in the whole, in the the fuel and the energy for the world. And this is also something that they want to now lead. So His Highness's support clearly is very, very important for us, because he sits in the position of importance and influence in that region. And we think that together we will certainly be able to get this across the line. And in terms of demand in that region, whereas there is a huge demand and they are industrializing sort of fast now, you have big, industries growing, but they also have a few large green hydrogen projects that are being set up. So really, I think even that region is aiming to becoming a supplier. But as you well know, green hydrogen is going to be a regional play. So it's not that you'll have one supplier or 2 suppliers. This is going to be a requirement, an ongoing requirement globally as we sort of proceed and we go into the next sort of decade and so on. So we will need not just one, we'll need many, many, many suppliers, and suppliers in the vicinity of wherever you are, for example. So His Highness has a sort of a view that he has taken, and his investment in Oracle Energy in Pakistan, backing the first and the largest green hydrogen project there, is in alignment with that view that he has taken.
Excellent. And the project itself, it's obviously a considerable scale. You're looking at 1.2 gigawatts of mixed solar and wind. That's in the Sindh desert, and that I assume has that nice diurnal profile in terms of windy nights and sunny days to maximize the electrolyzer units. Is that how it's being set up?
So it's in the wind corridor in Sindh. It's not in the desert. The wind corridor, the Jhimpir wind corridor, which is the designated wind corridor, one of the largest wind corridors in the world, has wind speeds of between 7.3 and 8 meters per second on good days. And it sort of has, as I said, a very, very good wind resource and solar. So the mix will hopefully be able to deliver a very good optimal output for the electrolyzers. And I think I will take this opportunity to point out that Pakistan has a good sound competitive advantage. If you refer to the IEA, the International Energy Agency, or the Hydrogen Council, etc., they place Pakistan, even the 2022 report places Pakistan on the lower end of the spectrum when it comes to the cost of renewable power, and the price of hydrogen is one of the lowest in the world. It's expected to be. So we believe that Pakistan is the right jurisdiction, because the right sort of inputs and the ingredients can be found, and our job is to put all of that together to deliver the project.
Yeah. And you're on the technical side, though, I think I also saw an element of storage in there. Again, I assume to flatten out the variability and give that consistent flow into the electrolysis process. Is that right?
So at this point in time, the sort of the molecule which is the most bankable, to speak, is green ammonia. And yes, we would need green ammonia storage. We would need the ability to move it, etc., and some infrastructure required. And those are really the parts that that all the countries in the world who have committed to the development of this molecule are working at, and they are trying to build required infrastructure. Project financiers are identifying both the sort of the viability as well as the technology gaps, etc. So all of those things are happening as we speak, and the storage infrastructure, the mobility infrastructure, the transportation, etc., are all being put into place. And that is why, I mean, even we are in conversation, and hopefully we'll also have a partner. But a lot of these projects have, they are one of the players in them tends to be an oil and gas or a petroleum company, because they're better suited to sort of develop that part of the project related to, as you said, the storage, etc. And also, it has to be done in the most economical way possible, so that we can bring the cost of hydrogen or ammonia to the end user, bring it down as much as we can possibly, because it has to compete with alternatives. And then only the commercialization can actually become a reality. And that is what I think the global community is trying to do.
Yeah. In terms of, I guess, taking risk out of the project, I saw ThyssenKrupp were involved. Obviously, they've been involved in the first gigawatt scale project to achieve financial investment decision or financial close even in Project NEOM. In terms of, I guess, the role that your project will play, and given the financing seems to be sorted out, as it were, the cost of capital and making project finance, I guess, happy to invest in Pakistan, or certainly the cost of capital has been a major constraint in the past in investing in projects in Pakistan. So what are some of your thoughts there around the financing, and hopefully the getting your project across the line will help open up more projects?
That's a very good question. The cost of capital in Pakistan clearly would be higher than Saudi. I mean, you spoke about NEOM. NEOM also took 4 to 5 years to get to financial close, despite the fact that it's a sovereign-backed project. That speaks to the sort of the element of new technology. That speaks to the element of a startup. That's how long these things take sometimes. And that's what green hydrogen is, really. I mean, to sort of give everybody a perspective, perhaps, I mean, one could think of this as what LNG used to be 30 to 40 years ago. It wasn't a commercial commodity then, but now you can be in any part of the world and you can get LNG at a decent rate on a ship, and there you have it. So green hydrogen in any form will sort of become that much sooner, hopefully. But yes, the financing part of it, Pakistan, etc. But here, this is a commercial project, and the key would obviously in this whole story is offtake. And once our offtake arrangements are firm and offtake contracts can be sort of finalized, then the financing here for a green hydrogen project, despite the fact that it is in Pakistan or Namibia or I don't know, anywhere in the world, becomes it then is a clearer reality. So our intention now is to finalize the offtake, and for that, of course, people who understand and are working in this space understand the challenges related to that as well. So I guess if those are overcome, then the financing automatically becomes possible, because then it's all bankable. And then there's another element also, the other element of the benefits and the credits and the decarbonization mandate that, say, the European community will soon finalize, and so on, and other parts of the world which are all committed to sort of meeting the net carbon, the carbon zero goals, etc. So in alignment with that, there will be some credits which will come through based on the energy transition that is ongoing as a result of this. And those two will back the revenue stream, and that too makes it more bankable. So when all of this comes together, then I believe the financing challenge will be overcome. Also, projects like this tend to be strategically supported in jurisdictions. And we do believe that that kind of support is also something that will come through. And bilateral support, G2G arrangements, etc., will also play a role when it finally comes to putting the investment consortium together.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's understood. Excellent. Well, many thanks. It's certainly a fascinating project. As you say, these projects are huge projects now, similar to LNG projects, that they have a long life cycle in terms of project development. So we wish you well and success in further developing the project, and we look forward to tracking its progress and having you back in Dubai at World Hydrogen MENA next year, next February, I believe it is. So many thanks, Naheed, and we wish you well. And thanks for taking the time to share your thoughts with us today.
Thank you very much, Nadeem. Thank you for having me and giving me an opportunity to sort of share some of my thoughts and my experiences. Thank you.
Excellent. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.